Welcome back to Garth's Graveyard Garage. This episode is going to be completely different from what we normally do because I did something that I don't normally do. So let's see what it is. What's going on, everybody? Unexpected, unscheduled video because something has landed in my driveway. Now, to get you up to speed, I haven't even looked at it yet. And what I mean by that is I watch a lot of other YouTube channels and I constantly see YouTubers do the whole COPART auction thing. And I was like, you know what? Let's give that a shot. And my target at the local COPART auction over here was actually a 72 Buick Skylark. That's what I was after. The bidding got stupid, so I backed off. But then while I was bidding, I was like, you know what? Let's do a challenge. Let's find something damaged, not structurally or wreck, but something damaged, doesn't run, cheap, like the cheapest. This was probably the third or fourth, minus the ones that were burnt to the ground, third or fourth cheapest vehicle on there, and it's newer-ish, especially for around here. It's a 2006, and it's a foreign car, which I don't think we've done on the channel yet. Everything we do is usually Chevy, Pontiac, well, minus the Volkswagens, the old Volkswagens. But I figured it might be fun. We'll see if you guys, take interest in this, but we haven't even looked at it yet. I got it for 400 bucks and just had them deliver it. I haven't seen it other than us walking to the garage from a distance. We haven't even looked at it yet. She's anxious to look at it, and I said, no, wait, let's film it because we don't know where we're walking into. So it's a 2006 flood damaged car from Austin, Texas, from a couple months ago when they had some serious flooding on the north side. I looked up the whole VIN history of this car. And when the flooding happened, not this recent time, but the time before that in North Austin, apparently this car was a part of that. So normally, if you've seen the COPART auctions, it says runs, drives, has keys, all of that thing. This one didn't say runs and drives. It just said has keys, flood damage. And then I saw some pictures. So got it for 400 bucks plus fees. And then instead of us fighting traffic and going to the yard and everything, flipped 100 bucks for them just to deliver the car. So what we're going to do now is go see what we got. I don't need any ugly comments. There's going to be some people that I've looked at on YouTube that love these cars. I've also kind of always liked them. I mean, I'm not really into small foreign cars, but when these came out back then, I always thought they were pretty cool, sporty. Horse is going nuts because I'm ignoring her. But this is what we got. I didn't realize it was so purple. It was listed as maroon. To me, this is purple. This is a 2006 Scion, which is basically just a Toyota Celica. Sorry, kiddo, no. Oh,
there's Pokemon.
Wait a minute. Hey, kid, it does have it looks like it has a roof that opens.
Okay.
Maybe. Honk if you're a silly goose. Ran the VIN on it. This thing was apparently, I think it was in 5 years ago, it listed a rear damage accident, which was the girl that owned this car backed into a parked car. So structure-wise, that's the only thing that happened. I can see the clear coat's peeling, but it's got all the good wheels on it. Actually, these tires look good. I hope the keys are in it. I wasn't here when he dropped it off. Oh, there's a title sitting on the seat. Yeah, well, let's just kind of walk around. I'm not seeing any damage to the car itself. A little bit right there. I'm not too worried about that. Is that a tow hook? Yeah, that's where the tow hook goes. Pop that back together. That should just pop in there. Yeah, there you go. Okay, that's back together. Got a dent there. Yeah, it's got new tires on it. So we're off to the races already. Okay, well, let's open the door, see if we have keys. Registration, still good till 26. Well, that's not going to matter. It doesn't have plates. Okay, let's see. Water level. Oh, I smell the water. Let's see. It got up to here. Yeah, there's a line. Got into the speaker. Maybe the controls. Oh. The key in here? Better be. Or is it in the ignition? Okay, cool. Key's in the ignition. Yeah, it smells mildewy in here. Got up in the seats. You can see it on the floorboard. Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to. Yeah, it's got sunroof. Oh, well, that's cool. I've never been in one of these cars. It has a front seat and a back seat. That's cool. What do you think of that?
There's a sunroof in the back.
Yeah.
In the front.
I know, that's cool, huh?
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's take us. He opened the. Oh, there's. Does this work? There it goes. Oh. Don't know what that is. TKA fluid choice. I don't know. We're definitely gonna have to get after this. I ordered a new carpet shampooer. Okay, not much to look at in here. I don't know. What is that? Oh, okay. Anything in the glove box? Nope. It's not wet in there, no damp edge. Let's grab. I'll have to get the cutters to cut that off. That's for the fuel. Well, there's. Oh yeah, these are hatchbacks, aren't they? They don't really have a trunk. Let me grab cutters real quick. We'll cut the key off the ignition. I've done some research ahead of time. I wanted to find out if it possibly got into the computer. Well, the computer's up high. It's behind the glove box, so we should be okay there. But I guess they were into. Well, that's Pokemon.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know who. Oh, it changes. Look at that.
That's
cool. Yeah. Oh, cool. My daughter, Beaker, Vivian, she'll probably know exactly who that is. I have no idea. But, okay, let's cut this key off of here. And let's check the rear. All right, cool. So we got a key. Get rid of that. Yeah, I would definitely need to let this air out. Here, kiddo, you want to throw that back in the drawer for me real quick?
Yeah.
How do you open? Oh, it's a button. Okay, I guess you can't get in the hatch with a key. Like I said, I know nothing about these cars. Let me put this title paperwork up. Put this in the garage so we don't lose it real quick. And I'll set the key right there. I guess we can go ahead and look under the hood and find out. We can't work on or do anything on this today. We just actually got home from work, so let's see. Well, I don't see, this all looks normal. Can you put that hood prop on? See that rod right there? We're going to teach you real quick. You're used to old cars. See that right? Yeah, lift that up. All the way up. And you see that hole where it goes into? See the arrow? There you go. Good job. Okay, let's do this at least. Did water get in the oil? Is there oil in this car? No. There's a little bit. We might have an oil leak somewhere. Positive note, I don't see any water. No moisture on the cap. Okay. What about the transmission? At least this one has a dipstick on it. I don't see any signs of water. You could probably use a fluid change though. Well, what in the world? Okay. That battery is 22, it's a 24 month. It's probably no good. We might put the charger on it and see if it'll take a... All right, well, there she is. Like I said, don't hold this against me. I figured it might be a fun change, a challenge to get a flood damaged car that supposedly doesn't run for cheap, and it's foreign. So, and before any of you Ricer guys jump on here, no, I'm not into that. Now, I'm not against souping up the engine, but I don't want the big cannon fart pipe and the annoying hamster gerbil on steroid barking sounds that they do to these cars. I'm not into that. I am not that guy. If it's not a V8 or at least a large V6, I don't want any special exhaust on it. But they do make some killer turbo kits, exhausts, headers. They do make some toys for this car to really wake these things up. Because sadly, these things have apparently more torque than horsepower. And this one's the automatic. That's the only thing so far I'm disappointed about, is it's an automatic. I wish it was a manual, but okay. Well, when we tune back in, I will be in my official work clothes, and we're gonna start going through this and checking things, seeing if the engine is seized, all that kind of stuff, and seeing if this thing's gonna bark to life. So we'll be back. Good morning. We are now in work mode. Got the car in here, just got it up on the lift. I think it's secure enough. Pulled the battery out, knocked most of the corrosion off. We're gonna see if this thing's gonna take a charge or not. I picked up some oil on the way home from work last night, so when we get to that point, but I figured the first thing we'll do, since this thing took on water, to right in this area, we'll get it up in the air and inspect underneath. I've worked on flood damaged cars before. I think the first one I ever worked on was a 76 Jaguar, 76, I don't know, 70s model. And you could tell the difference between like that one and this one. That one sat underwater for quite a while. This one, it looks like it took on the water and then drained within a day. So it's compared to that Jaguar, that it was shot. This, I'm hoping, is all right. We maybe Might have to check some wiring, check some fuses, but figured first thing we'll do before we do anything is we'll get this thing up in the air and take a glance. First glance, can't even tell this thing was in any water. All right, let's go a little bit over. All right, let's see. Let's grab a light and then we'll, the Lola S10 worked pretty good. Used it to push this in the garage since I'm out here by myself. What am I looking for? Oh, light. Let's see. Okay. Water. Well, if this is sealed good, hopefully water didn't get into the fuel tank. It shouldn't. All of this should be sealed. And the fuel, yeah, it wouldn't have got into the filler net because it's way up there. Let's see. A goofy looking muffler. Tiny. Wait a minute. Is that? No, wait. There's the muffler. Okay, that makes more sense. This is one of them torpedo cats. Well, that'd be an easy, yeah, knock that thing off here. Get rid of that one. I have some ideas for this car, and I was thinking about what you guys are gonna say. I mean, I told you in the beginning, we've kind of changed everything, but I mean, when these came out, I'll admit it, I thought they were cool little cars. I even like the XB, the little, we call them the Xbox, the boxy looking Scion. I do like Toyotas. Toyotas are fantastic cars. Just never bought one. This is the first Scion I've even actually put my hands on. But I know they're not powerful, but they're cool because they're cheap and you can do a lot of things to these. I mean, they made them to where it was like basically a toy. You can accessorize the heck out of it. So I've already been looking at things we could do to this, like tuning it, throwing a turbo on it, doing some stuff. Just, it's a toy. I mean, that's the whole point in this video is let's try out COPART for the first time and see if we can get a flood damaged car to live again, because obviously they couldn't, because they would have listed it as running and driving. But so far I think we're okay. They took pretty good care of this car. I don't see any, they didn't bottom it out. There's a little, well, it did a little bit right there. But at least the pan is still intact. Transmission pan looks okay. Oh, they actually put a drain plug on it. That's cool. This is a Camry engine. It's not anything special. It's just a Toyota Camry engine shoved in basically a Celica. So, so far not seeing any hardcore damage. I'm not seeing any corrosion. I guess we can try, does this move? Yeah, we can put a, let's put a wrench or a socket on this engine real quick. And let's see if it turns over. AC compressor feels good. All right. Okay, yeah, let's put a socket on here. Let's see if, make sure this engine's not seized up. I don't think it is. It was probably, this is theory, I know it belonged to a girl. It was probably sitting in like an apartment complex And when the flood happened, it came up into the car. And I'm praying they didn't try and run it after that. It was definitely towed because they had the tow hook thing hooked up or pulled somewhere. So yeah, this is all theory, speculation, hypothesis. But let's see if the engine's seized up. All right, I don't really have a way to mount the camera under here, so I'm gonna try and do this one-handed. Get on there. Bear with my camera work here for a second. All right. Oh, there it goes. Oh, here's, uh-oh. Just hit a rough spot. Let me get you guys on the tripod. I'm gonna have to get the pry bar over here. That's worrying me. Great. All right. That's not good. Let's try going the other way. Oh, come on. There it goes. Okay. All right, it just had a rough spot. Okay, that's a few rotations. Whew, that scared me for a minute. Drain plug's not loose. We'll put some oil in this thing. We'll probably take out, yeah, we'll get the car back on the ground. Let's pull the spark plugs out and inspect those. And yeah, then we'll go from there. Man, I don't even remember the last time I worked on a Toyota. Oh, that says something. I mean, I used to have a repair shop, and I don't even know if I ever had any. No, I had a Prius come in, but that was just for a headlight change. These are all factory coil packs. One thing I like is they're very easy to work on. Another thing I like, even though it is an interference engine, it doesn't have a timing belt. Any water down in there? Well, that's not good. Oh. Have to keep an eye on that. Yeah, that's broken. Somebody's been rough with this thing before. To put a new, to order a new plug for this. Yeah, that is crunchy. Okay, start a parts list and find out if that's working. if we get it to start. Yeah, there is. I don't know if it's oil or water. Lower this thing down. It smells like oil. Alright, I'll grab a spark plug socket. Well, at least not like the S10, they're actually loose. I'll knock that in there. Some oil. Saw a video of a guy that had one of a, it wasn't a Scion, but he had this engine in a, I think a Camry, and he drained all the oil out of it and took the valve cover off and drove it to see how far it would make it, and it made it quite a ways. I don't know what that smell is. The plugs were changed not too long ago. What we'll do is probably turn this thing over without the plugs in it. I wonder if somebody was trying to start this thing. Or cycled the key a bunch. You never know. At the COPART yards, they let you in the yard, so there's no telling what anybody did. It actually smells like water. Water may have gotten in the engine, but we didn't let it sit very long, so we might be all right. You see the tops of the pistons. I don't see any water sitting in it. I'd use my borescope, but the battery on that thing only lasts like 15 seconds. I need to get a new one. Alright, not seeing anything. Tell you what, let's blow some air down in there and see if anything comes out. Nope. Oh. That was carbon. All right, no moisture came out, just a few little flakes of carbon. All right, I'm gonna leave these out, and I think the next step will be is let this battery charge a little bit longer, and then we'll pop it in here, see if it's gonna turn over, and we might have to put a jump pack on with it, but we'll try that, and then yeah, then we'll go from there. I ordered a new carpet shampooer for the inside, so we can get the detailing on this thing done if we get it. No, I'm saying if and when we get this thing running. I think it's gonna run. All right, a little bit later, and this thing actually kind of came back to life. So let's see. I'll put the bracket back on later if this battery actually works. I put a crank test on it. It stayed in the green, but it was pretty close to weak. All right, moment of truth. All right, I don't hear anything happening. This clamp looks ugly on the outside, but I did brush the inside of it. All right, let's see if we have power. All right, moment of truth. Is anything gonna light up? Oh, I see lights. Okay. No dome light, it might just be off. We have a door light. Put the key in, see what happens. All right, so far so good. What is that? That's not good. Radio? Oh. Oh, is there a CD in there? Well, that works. Oh, wow. Front speaker actually still works, and that was underwater. That one still works. Okay. Oh, there's a CD in here. What do we got? I can't read what that says. You can tell a lot, but that's the Metallica Black album. I'll be very happy, but I kind of doubt it. I'll have to look at that outside. I can't make it out. I don't know. You can tell a lot about a person by what they listen to. All right, let's try and, oh, you know what? Before we try and turn this thing over, I stuck my OBD thing down in here. It's got power. So let's see if there was any codes on this thing before or now. It's got a little half a tank. Yeah, I don't want to turn it over yet. So let's, where's my phone at? I've got a Bluetooth dongle. Oh, the lights are on. All right, cool. All right, hold on one second. Let me get my phone situated here. All right, so I use Garage Pro for the light stuff. Read codes, see if it finds it. I found it. See if it knows what car it is. That'll tell us that the computer's working right. Toyota, all right. Scan. I'm not gonna scan all modules because we'll be here all freaking day. Let's just scan the engine. Yeah, if you just need something lightweight, this app is awesome. I don't think it costs much. It's like $24 a year or something. And then the Bluetooth dongle I got, it was, I think, like 18 bucks maybe on Amazon. All right, no fault codes would be awesome. Or it's going to list every code and then we'll reset it to see what's actually damaged. Come on, baby, give us good news. No codes. Oh boy. Well, that's a good start. Okay, let's try and turn it over, see if it is going to turn over. I did put, it was 2 quarts exactly low on oil, so put that in there. There are just 2 quarts of cheap stuff in here because of course later we're going to do an oil change. All right, you going to turn over? No. Well, it's dimming the lights like it might be the battery. All right. I hear something clicking. It might be a bad starter. It was underwater. But just to make sure, let's put a jump box on it if I can get out of here without tripping. Let's see, I've got, I guess we'll use this one. Yeah, it says battery's low. I may need to charge this or replace it. This thing is finicky. All right, let's try it again. Just pray it's a low battery. If not, I'm gonna pull a starter out of here. It's turning over. Okay. Yes. Whew. I smell gas. It's probably in here. Okay. You don't need to watch me do this. I'm just going to put plugs and packs back on, and then I think it might be time to see if this thing's actually going to fire up. So we'll be right back. All right. Got those back in. Hopefully that one has connection. Probably not. Turn this back on. And all right, the moment we have been waiting for. The flood damaged Scion start. Uh-oh, something's out there's beeping. It's trying. It was doing something. That was weird. Maybe it'll register a code for us or something. And the battery's been off here for so long, there may have been some codes and they just reset. All right. Of course, it's not going to be that easy. It tried it first, and then it stopped. Where's the fuel rail? Let's see. Need to see if it's getting fuel. Fuse box right here. I don't know if the water got this high or not. I don't see all I see is battery debris. I don't see a water level. It should be. If we can find the fuel rail real quick, we can just see if there's a Schrader valve. See if we've got Okay, wait, where are you? Gotta be back here somewhere. Do these things have a deal for checking fuel pressure? Well, whatever that is disconnected. What is that? That's straight up broken. I don't think that's gonna stop it from starting. Well, tell you what, instead of me sitting here scavenging around in here like an idiot and boring you guys, let me do a little searching in here and see if I can see if these things have a Schrader valve to check fuel pressure. And if not, then we'll figure something else out. Okay, here's where we are. The weird, which sounded like a stuck valve or open valve issue was, well, I ran the codes, because codes popped up when this thing wouldn't start and came back to this. So if you notice, put a new harness on here. So we're good now. There. Next problem is it does turn over now, smoother. So here we go. Okay, it's running. Engine sounds fantastic. I don't know if you guys can hear that. And then it shuts off. So, here's where we are. Did a little research, like I said before. What did I just do with my light? Oh, not familiar with these cars, so did a little research. Fuel pump is right there under the back seat. If only American cars did that. So, I did take the harness and I probed it, and it had power. So I'm like, okay, it's got full-time power, and then it has the cycle power. So both of the power wires to the fuel pump are working. There's no Schrader valves on these things. So what you have to do is get one of those inline T's, put a pressure tester on it, and do it that way. I was like, you know what, let's just disconnect the hose at the top of the pump and cycle it and see what it does. So I did that, and at first it kind of geysered out about that far, and then it geysered out maybe a foot before I turned the key off. That's not 60 psi. This thing should be 60 psi from the fuel pump. So I think water sat right there, because when I pulled the back seat out, this was all, yeah, see, it's still wet. That's soaking wet. So all of this is soaking wet, and it got into the top of the fuel pump. Oh, better turn this off. So the pump is not pumping like it should. So they didn't have any in stock at O'Reilly's. So I ordered one, and I'll probably be here tomorrow or something, but I can't get back on this thing unless I do a night. I might be able to do a nighttime thing if it gets here when I get home from work. But anyways, I have to call it quits for today, is what I'm saying. So that's fixed. Alternator's working. Everything seems to be good. Battery's, I think, coming back to life. We'll see how it does. I'm gonna let this, I've got it on trickle charge. We're gonna let it trickle charge. And yeah, positive note, engine sounds fantastic. So I think once it gets some fuel pressure, we're gonna be good. And then we'll go from there. So we will tune back in whenever parts arrive and we go stick a fuel pump in this thing. I've never done one. It's one of the ones where it's on the assembly, one of the little cylindrical ones, and the one that's on this fits apparently Chrysler and Jaguar and Toyota, and it's one of those. So, all right, we'll be back when it shows up. Well, I was putting things away and for poop and giggles decided to start this thing again. It's been sitting here running ever since. Gremlins, maybe? But yeah, it's been sitting here idling now for like 10 minutes. And ran the codes, well, I reset the codes. No codes came back, and I did a full inspection from ABS to body control, everything. There's not one code. And then I noticed this back here. I'm guessing that's all the rainwater that's been sitting inside the system. I don't know, but turn the camera back on so you guys could see this. I didn't think it was just going to start back up and randomly idle. Maybe the fuel pressure was okay and the exhaust system was just blocked. I don't know, but it wants to live. Let's see if it moves. Get this hood closed. Yeah, let's find out if it moves. I've got everything open. The sunroof, it opened right up. Opened all the windows. Yeah, got everything. Temperature's right on the money. Of course, it doesn't have a oil pressure gauge. It just has a dummy light. Let's see. No way. Whoa. Okay, it's a little peppier than I thought it was going to be. Brakes are working. Mirrors work. Wow, mirrors even work. Let's try this side. Yep. Huh. Alright, well, let me get this kind of set. Let's try a little, there's a screw missing in this visor, so it kind of hangs down in my face. That's better. Alright, we're not going to go move the seat up a little bit. This thing has a ton of legroom. Not going to go too far, because if we break down, well, the seatbelt alarm works. Speedometer works. Sounds like either belt tensioner or water pump making noise, but the water pump's obviously working. Try a little bit more. Well, this thing gets up and goes pretty good because I'm not giving it a whole lot of throttle, so that's more impressive than I thought it was going to be. Alright, let's pull it right up in the garage. Okay, well, it was hard to start. Let's see how that does. I'll kill it. Let it sit for a second. Let's see how it does now. Fired right up. Wow. AC controls are working, you just can't make out what the LCD screen is saying. I found the replacement, it's like 95 bucks, junkyard. And then it's blowing cold air, but not over here, so there's probably a blend door thing going on in here. So you're still spitting water? Yep. Oh yeah. Probably take a little while for that to get out of there. If this whole system was full, it's going to be quite a bit. Wow. Well, it's alive. I don't know what to do next. I mean, I'm not going to wash it right now because it's raining off and on. So, I don't know. Let me think about it and we'll be back. Alright, got it back here in the garage. The dripping has definitely slowed down. So, yeah. figure out later if that's water pump or belt tensioner. It's probably going to be the belt tensioner or the idler pulley. But I'm pretty impressed. Next step is going to be, it's currently, I don't know how it works in other states. In Texas, right now it's in salvage status. So now what I have to do is file the forms and make it where it's back on the road, it's repaired. And then I can get the registration, new license plates, and all that kind of stuff. Right now, it's technically not road legal. You can't drive a salvage car. It has to be repaired. So that'll be the next step. I'll get those forms filed and all that kind of stuff, and we'll get a new title. Now, for those wondering about those, to me, it's kind of a scam. If a car is repairable, I don't think it should have any flags on the title, because look how simple this was. I'm not into this thing. What did I put into this thing? $15? Yeah, all I've spent is $15 on this car, and it's now sitting here running and driving. Carpet shampoo, do it yourself, it's free. Yeah. So what happened with this is the insurance came out, saw it, deemed it totaled because of flood damage. There's nothing wrong with this car. It took on some water, exhaust is full. They didn't try very hard. Even with the value of this car, now I know they look at values a little differently. They're going to look at wholesale, trade-in, low-end value. The cost of repairs would not have even exceeded that. So that's where we are in today's day and time. Cars are getting flagged and salvaged just because the insurance doesn't want to pay for the repairs, even though that probably would have been cheaper than whatever. I don't know what they gave the poor girl insurance-wise for this thing. She obviously had full coverage on it. Downside is if, you know, mainly, well, I mean, here, these mosquitoes. Here in Texas, probably anywhere, if someone sees a salvage repaired title, it decreases the value. I don't care personally if it was fixed right. Now, I mean, if there's like frame damage and the car's driving down the road sideways and somehow it got legal again, yeah, that's one thing. But something minor like this is why I went after, I wanted a flood car. I wanted to see if we could fix it. This wasn't in the water very long, just enough to keep water in the exhaust pipe and some under the back seat and cup holder. So that'll be the next step, get it legal, and then probably gonna hang on to it. Like I said, I've located, these look better with a spoiler. I wanna put a spoiler on it. Now that we know it runs good, stick a little turbo on it, put a tune in it. No fart cans, we're not doing that stuff. Upgrade the headlights, tail lights, make it a cool little car. Gonna do some paint work on it, mainly on this side. All of this is still good, but this pillar and this whole panel here, this quarter panel, all needs to be repainted, re-clear coated. All the clear coat for some reason, just on that piece is gone. And it has started happening on the trunk lid. And then of course we can go ahead and fix the bumper while we're at it. So if you want to see me continue to work on this, just let me know down in the comments. But we'll do all this. We'll make it pretty again. There's no body damage. I mean, that's nothing. That's just paint. There's one dent in the front I'm not going to really worry about. Got one little, I don't know, some knuckled it or something. But the only damage, rather, that's the only one. And that, if I take this cover off, I can probably heat this and get it to come back up. So we might look at that. But all the glass is intact. Everything works. I'm going to get new climate controls because I do want to see what's on the screen. But I mean, even the little crazy spoiler top sunroof works. That window took a few ups and downs before it finally popped loose and went down from sitting. I mean, but the seats, they're fantastic. Just need to be cleaned. I mean, the car is, yeah. I mean, so don't be scared of a repaired, titled car. Just look it over. I mean, I don't care about the value. I mean, I could probably still at least double my money, or well, yeah, double what I put into it. But I don't want to. Kind of like it. I want a little car I can hop in with the kiddo and we can actually road trip. Because everything I have right now to road trip is not reliable or uses too much fuel. So, all right. I think we're gonna wrap up this video off the wall, like I said, out of nowhere. And you guys let me know what you think. Do you have a Scion? Do you like Scions? Toyotas? Do you want to see us work on more stuff like this? I will keep doing it. Fun. All in a day's work. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you want to see me to continue work on this and do a turbo upgrade and little things like that. So, all right. Got to get in with I got two of my daughters here. Well, my youngest and then my adopted Victoria. She's here. So, gonna go hang out with them for a little bit. And yeah, we will see you, I guess, in the next one. I don't know what project we're working on next, but we'll hopefully be back next week. Don't hold me to it, but we're gonna try. But love you guys. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, turn on notifications, and we'll see you in the next one.